There's a moment in Backrooms when Clark, a divorced furniture store owner played by Chiwetel Ejiofor, passes directly through a wall, and on the other side of that wall is everything Kane Parsons has been building toward for 4 years. To understand what this film represents, you have to understand where it came from. In 2018, Sony Pictures released Slender Man, a studio attempt to translate an internet creepypasta mythology into conventional theatrical horror. The result ended up being a cautionary tale about what happens when corporate machinery attempts to metabolize internet mythology without understanding what made it disturbing in the first place. It became just another horror film, and certainly not a very good one. Based on Kane Parsons' 25 episode web series that began in 2022, itself inspired by a single creepy photograph posted online in 2019 of an empty furniture store under renovations and the unsettling caption that went with it, Backrooms does not make Slenderman's mistake. Instead, it succeeds in ways that Slenderman never came close to. The script grounds the Backrooms mythology in a deceptively simple psychological framework. Clark is a man whose life has collapsed around him. Failed architect, failed marriage, reduced to operating a discount furniture store called Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire, where he performs TV advertisements in a pirate costume with the dead eyes of someone who has stopped being embarrassed by his own degradation. He sees a therapist, Dr. Mary Klein, played by Renate Reinsve, who coaches him to recognize the repeating patterns that have kept him trapped, the loops of behavior and thought that constitute their own kind of infinite rooms, connected to another room and another, with no apparent exit. The parallel is not subtle. The never ending story plays on a television in the background of one scene, and the film announces its metaphors plainly. But that lack of subtlety suits the larger project because Parsons is not interested in concealment, he's interested in immersion. The decision to use found footage selectively, rather than as the film's primary visual language, is one of the production's most significant departures from the web series, and it is absolutely the right call. The YouTube episodes derived their power from the implications of the format, but the feature film needed to do something more. It needs to let us inside the space in a way that the distancing effect of found footage would prevent. And Parsons, working with a budget he could never have accessed with the web series, proves to be a wizard of mood who works in the tradition of early David Lynch. The same love of industrial cosmic sound design, the same fixation on the mysteries of electricity. The production design is as incredible as it is disturbing. As Clark penetrates deeper and reality becomes increasingly unstable, the rooms distort and mutate in ways that draw on the uncanny valley. Not as a technical imitation, but as a deliberate aesthetic choice. The minimalist electronic score, which Parsons developed across the web series and is now brought to theatrical scale, reaches its fullest expression here. Not scoring the action, constituting the environment itself. Renate Reinsve and Chiwetel Ejiofor are the perfect presences at the center of all this. Ejiofor's Clark is a person whose interior landscape has exteriorized itself around him, and the horror of the film is inseparable from the horror of being him. Ejiofor communicates the feeling of a man searching for some catharsis of meaning, even as he senses that whatever catharsis the backrooms offer might be a nightmare. Reinsve, as the therapist who follows him in, brings a tensile, watchful anxiety, the rational mind attempting to maintain purchase in a space designed to dissolve rationality. Together, they carry the dramatic weight that the film's quieter moments of world building demand, and they carry it fully. At its best, Backrooms is the rare horror film that understands the relationship between external dread and internal state. That the spaces we fear tell us something about the spaces we carry within ourselves. The infinite yellow rooms are not simply a nightmare, they are a diagram of a particular kind of modern suffering. Isolation, repetition, the sense of being trapped in patterns that predate conscious choice and resist conscious intervention. Kane Parsons built 25 episodes of mythology on YouTube with only the most basic of filmmaking resources. Now, with the resources of A24 and two of the finest actors working today, he has delivered something that 2018's Slender Man proved was far from guaranteed. An internet horror concept that survives the transition to theatrical cinema with its power not only intact, amplified. The web series suggested that Kane Parsons could be a filmmaker of unusual promise, and this feature film confirms it. What remains to be seen is how this universe expands from here. The mythology has been established, the space has been mapped, or rather, confirmed to be unmappable. And somewhere beyond the next wall, down the next corridor, in the room connected to this one, the story of Kane Parsons' Backrooms has only just begun. Backrooms is in theaters now. Make sure to watch Kane Parsons' original 25-episode web series on YouTube before you go. Either way, you will not regret the time spent. And let me know in the comments, did Backrooms deliver for you? And where do you want the story to go next? And don't forget to subscribe to Fandom Frontline for more deep dives into the stories that shape our fandom.